Denny J Show. Zvanga zviri down ta up tauraidzwe nyaya dzacho dzese narrative ndaichidwe kana mchida kutipisa deep ndaipidwe make you spill a bean if you know what I mean Andy.
It's time!
Ladies and gentlemen, the hottest show on YouTube, Run G, Denny J, the Denny J Show. We're back. Yeah. What's happening, guys? Run G, what's up?
How are you, Denford?
Yeah, we're back.
We are back.
Yeah.
It was a great show last week
Yeah, it was.
with Zodwa. I hope everybody got a chance to watch it. She's sharp, eh?
Yeah, she is. And people really like to hear what she has to say.
No, yeah. I mean, the views say it all.
Yeah.
She gave a great show. She's got a lot to share, and I enjoyed that show a hell of a lot.
Yeah. So many opinions on the whole polygamy thing.
Yeah, that's always Ranji's.
It's not she.
She loves.
No.
She's always running with that one.
Okay, you know what?
She's brought
Okay.
it up.
Yeah.
So, I mean,
What do you have to say for yourself, Run?
No, I'm just. It's not.
runners.
I just have an opinion. I have an opinion. I'm trying to live realistically.
Right.
That's it. So it's not necessarily like I'm obsessed with that or I want that, but I'm being honest with oneself. I'm the only woman on the show.
But
And I know you're the only man on the show, but
episode
it's not you.
you edit.
Do you have anything else you want to add?
No, I'm just saying.
No. Thank you so much, Nash.
But so many different opinions in the comment section. Women are not happy that you are letting guys go with this whole
I never
thing.
said I was letting guys go.
Okay.
Not one day did I endorse cheating or, endorse letting guys do whatever they want to do. Right. What I said was I'm being realistic.
Right.
Whether you want to believe it, whether you don't want to believe it, it's still happening, period. So, I mean, you can look at it whichever way you want to look at it. It's a real thing that's happening.
Right.
Every single morning the sun is going to come out. That is real. Mm-hmm. That's all I'm saying. I'm not endorsing. I'm not saying I want it.
Yeah.
But I'm saying that it is amongst us. And that is the truth.
Nash, we don't have a problem with Run G's way
Of course you wouldn't have a problem.
No, we don't have a problem.
Of course you wouldn't have a problem with it,
The
but it's
comment
real.
section was really concerned with this whole all men cheat. No, we don't.
The what?
Because Zodwa said, I think all men cheat, all men cheat or something like that. And then
But a large majority.
no, but you see, and it wasn't even us males who were defending ourselves. It was the females.
No. If you use the word defending means that we are saying, it's okay. We're not defending you. What we're saying is Zodwa was speaking as an actuality, that this is what is happening.
Right. So I mean, men do cheat, right? I don't know what the percentages are.
Some men cheat.
No, most men, I think.
A lot of men. Can we use a lot of?
Can we put most?
Okay, maybe 75%.
That's exactly the point. So when we say these things, people then think that, because I read a comment that said, women defending men cheating. I'm not defending a man cheating. I'm not saying it's right. I also have emotions. I'm alive. I see, I feel, right? What I'm saying is that it happens. So whether you accept it, if you want to live in a reality where it doesn't happen, go.
Okay.
But if you want to live amongst us, the living,
Yep.
know that it happens every day. So if we're going to say 3/4, right? Then Dijojo.
Right. Okay. The boss is clear, that one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, boss. We got it.
Thank you.
Today we've got quite a few things we need to talk about. Mm-hmm. But okay, the executive producer is currently in England. And he had one or two things that he wanted to share. So maybe we should just try and connect him and then we'll carry on afterwards. Huh?
Yeah, that's good.
This work? All right, okay. So we're going to try and get a hold of P-Loads straight out of England, UK. Let's see. We've never actually had a successful call go through. Let's try.
We've never actually had a successful we have, we've tried.
We've done a number of calls, but
Goodness me.
yeah.
Shit.
See,
Go again.
there we go. Okay, first successful call.
Hello?
Yo, P-Loads.
Yes, sir.
We're live. We're live out here, man.
Oh, yeah? Using that Rodecaster Pro, Baba. I was Bo, Baba.
So I'm go England. Zanzibar.
Bana say we can't Putin, I would say, how much as I put it.
Oh,
Masheta Garida.
Murumduzega.
What else I put
Pinda. Now, before I put it to you, and I don't pin that job, I pay no pezera.
Oh, Toramoto, Opio Moto.
Yeah.
All right, so
how you guys doing?
Now we're chilling, man. We're good, man. When are you coming back? The show is incomplete.
I'm here over the phone here. I can do whatever I have to do here. What I'm doing there.
Yeah.
You know, I can do both here and there over the phone.
Yeah. Let's talk about
technology.
Yeah. Let's talk about those youngsters that are that you had a problem with. Nash, the producers made contact with a number of people, potential guests that we wanted on the show, and the unprofessionalism is what we have a problem with, isn't it?
It's too much. It's crazy, Baba.
Yeah.
It's crazy. Blue ticker, it's like, why? Because it's a matter of, it's a question of yes or no. Yeah. We ask you, can your artist come? Because I think my manager, I think they have a problem. I think vanhu tora script yekuti ukangooma musoro ndokuti zvifambe, but unotozvivharira mamadoors akanyanya because haubatike first, haubatike, hauna phone number inobatika. You have an artist like Takura. Yeah. I had to get number manager wake from here Takura kutinga naye ku Instagram. That number should be available for my bookings, for how can we hunt for munhu kuti angoya ku interview. Ndakubowana futi blue ticks ndakatozomutsiura ngati hako wangu unongotaura kuti hasikwanisa munhu wako, can your artists come? If they can't come, no, they can't come. Zvatopera handataura newe futi in my life. But
I think it's a problem because these youngsters they're becoming superstars too quickly. You know what I'm saying? I like Takura. Takura is one of the most talented youngsters out here.
Right.
But at the same time, you're not Chris Brown. Do you understand what I'm saying? This is what the problem that these youngsters are getting up to, because Chris Brown, I can understand if I DM Chris Brown and then he doesn't respond or whatever.
Right,
you understand?
yeah, I get that.
Yeah. But if you are a local artist like Takura or these hot dudes from around, if I send you a message, it shouldn't take you 7 days to get back to me. You understand me? Because this is how they make their money. They make their money from gigs. They make their money from these engagements. So when you have a manager, you must actually just have a real manager, not just your homie that you grew up with, and then you tell him to take your calls and manage you. Those people are not managers.
He
they're your homies.
He's promoting his inner circle.
Yeah,
he's promoting his inner circle,
which is good. Which is good, but not on that role. Not on that role. That's an important role.
So you feel like his manager's letting him down?
Denny J. Yeah. The only guy that is managed to manage Munwaga Wakakura and Banda. Banda wa week. Right, and he's good at it. You understand what I mean? Yeah. You understand Banda, you're going to deal with Banda. Banda knows you have to marry at the end of the day. Because I called him, what we discussed, this is besides the show is, we want the Takura that say, Apeke Zino, brand, and it's a face brand. But how do we then do it in a moon? I was the manager, I tried to Ganza. Then what wrong and then she says, I took out the window, the owner way brand or Ramba, we either say, because I don't go for the moon way, I don't go small.
Yeah.
I think that's what I get from these guys. And also in the Rambo days, our manager, we don't go blue tiga manager Mambo Deterere. Sometimes no good command because I know, but Mambo Deterere are totally professional.
Yeah.
But can a manager Akadaro manager Mambo watching the text here? No, but she manage and I want a manager anyway. My blue tiga.
Yeah. No. I mean, we gotta put it out as it is, man. This is fucked up, man. These youngsters are young. They're not that big. They must not act big. You understand? They're not as big as they make themselves out to be. When people reach out to you, if you have a problem with the engagement or you don't want to engage or whatever, just be courteous enough to respond. Just respond and say, I'm unavailable at this moment, or highlight me next month, or whatever. You understand?
It's
just
polite.
Communicate. Yes.
It's polite.
Exactly.
Yeah, we get it. Yeah.
It's all right to say no, but during public, so we are here. We talk about my interview on. You make our job easier. by telling us yes or no.
Yeah.
And because apana manje ngataura kuti talk interview ati kana kuti no zvado I had nana Fantan I texted him we had a show chimbotaura after mama Fantan no we are not just ready baba shaka we which is good.
Yeah. But I think Fantan Arushka Ranji. I don't know if Fantan and Levels are going to make it to this show, but
I love them to come.
It's highly unlikely.
No, they'll come. I'll be nice. Yeah. Fantan and Levels, please can you come? I'll be so nice to you. Come on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So we're about to go through the show. It's nice catching up with you.
Absolutely.
Nash. We let him go.
Yeah.
Nice talking to you, Lodza. We'll holla.
Call me anytime. I'm here to talk.
Tell these folks. Man. Tell them. All right, cool. Yeah. So, Nash, Run, this is it for real. These youngsters, they're becoming too big-headed. It's bad. You know, you don't have to come to our show. But Lodza wanted to engage him on something even bigger than just the show. You understand?
Yep.
But just being able to come to the table and say, I can't or I can.
Okay, do you think maybe it's lack of okay, this is new.
Right.
This domain is new.
Yeah.
Right? And like you said, they are engaging, or he engaged, listen, I don't know. He engaged his friend to be his manager. Right?
Yeah,
let's say I then say, you know what, Nash, I want you to manage me. Mm-hmm. This is a new domain for him.
Yeah.
So do we not give leeway for them to maybe make mistakes or misstep? Are we not? It's a question. Yeah. Are we not being a little bit heavy-handed? I mean, I understand the inconvenience. Like, 7 days, that's unreasonable, right? For anybody, because it's impolite.
What do you think the mistake is? If I holler at you and I say, dude, what's up? I'm trying to talk to you, and you blue tick me, you don't respond. Where's the mistake?
Okay. Have you not ever? And I'm not defending anybody, but I'm just saying, right? I'm playing devil's advocate. I get messages all the time that I blue tick, not intentionally.
Yeah, but you're not a manager. You're
I understand that, which is why I then said
you don't have a role, an important role.
Which is
that.
My message was in my USD.
Yeah. Because you don't know what the opportunity
is. You see, this is the type. This Tinashe.
No, but
it's not good what you said.
Denny, am I lying? I'm saying.
But it's probably a combined line.
But you're blue ticking your friends.
I understand that.
This is business.
I understand
That's
that.
okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah? This is like, okay, think about it. Maybe a guy from Coca-Cola or whatever. He's saying, "Hi, my friend. How are you?"
When you have a professional line, right? I'm sure the issue is that it's just not being managed well. In regards to, it's probably one line being used for everything.
So, are you defending these youngsters?
No, I'm not defending them at all. But I'm saying that people need to know where they are misstepping, right? So if you've got one line, let's say, that I'm using for, I have a business, I've got a spa, right? If I'm using my same personal line for the spa as well, I am definitely going to miss spa messages. And then I'm going to be attacked, right? You have to separate the two. Yeah. There has to be a personal line and there has to be a business line. The business line must be responded to at all times.
Right. So what's your message to these youngsters?
Yeah. My message to these people is, sorry, not people.
2 lines.
Get 2 lines, and you need to have working hours. If it's an issue of working hours, people define their working hours. Because you know what? I respond to messages, business lines a day, between 8 and 6.
No, but then it can't work now because then maybe someone wants Takura in Australia or somebody wants Riky Fire in the States.
But you know what? Then again, I'm not a manager, so I wouldn't understand the ins and outs. So maybe there should be some kind of formal training that you go through. There's a lot of people that are managing, people, and you learn along the way. Not everybody knows everything from the beginning. So maybe if he reaches out to somebody whoever's managing Ja or who's managing my TT, or people like that, I'm sure they've got a lot of.
We can't say much about those managers because we've never reached out to them. Maybe
but
it's
I'm
a culture.
Sure they
maybe
understand.
It's a culture. Maybe this is how these managers are messing things up.
Possibly.
Is that I don't give a fuck attitude, which is bad.
I mean, listen, okay, it's impolite and it's unprofessional.
Yeah.
Let's put it that way. Yeah. But I mean, I don't know. Okay. Anyway.
Okay. Back to regular programming. What are we talking about today?
I think the most important subject today is going to be Riky.
Yes. Run G is an expert in this department. She knows a lot about depression and she has studied all this stuff.
And she has also.
Yes.
Okay.
Suffered.
All right. So I've not studied depression, but I understand it. Why? Because I'm a person that's living and breathing, right? Amongst the many. So I certainly have gone through a lot of depressing or depressive phases. In my life currently, in the past, it's a part of life. It's become a part of life. I actually posted something today on my Instagram that I saw on social media, and it said depression. It broke down what depression is versus anxiety. So I think a lot of times people think that maybe what they're going through is depression, but it's actually anxiety. So maybe if I just go through it real quick.
Right, yeah.
So the depression column says not caring about anything, but also caring too much about everything, right? So it could be one of the two. So it's two columns, depression and anxiety. On one column, it says not caring about anything. On the other side, it says, but also caring about everything. The second point is feeling so physically exhausted, you struggle to have a shower, but also feeling so physically restless, you cannot stop moving. Third point is feeling hopeless and having no urge to be productive. The other side says, but also being scared of failure.
That goes under depression or anxiety?
So the first side that I'm reading is depression. The second side is anxiety.
Right.
The last point is not wanting to be lonely. Then the anxiety side says too overwhelmed at the thought of socializing. So there's some people that exhibit both depression and anxiety. There's some people that are just anxious in general and some people that are just depressed, right? So I saw it online and I thought it was, a really nice thing to post or whatever, because I think I'm both.
But for example, people like Bless can relate to. This was too uptown for us.
Okay, yeah. So I can't give an example of people. I can give an example of myself, right? So I think, a constant thing for me that I think about, I suffer from insomnia. Anybody that knows me knows that I just do not sleep, period. And what goes through my head constantly is, how am I going to make money? What am I going to do better tomorrow? I don't want to fail, right? So that for me has now become a constant fear. So somebody said to me, you live in the what if. What if I don't become successful? What if something happens to my parents? And then all of a sudden because they clearly understand they have their thing and their thing works for them, right? I am now a product of their thing.
Right.
So I'm encompassed in that. But what if I don't live up to them? What if I can't provide for my family? What if I can't have kids? What if I live I'm constantly worried about the what ifs. It has nothing to do with a medical situation or whatever, but it's a what if. So I live in a what if. So I have extreme anxiety, right? And then I think the depression comes from, just the day-to-day things, like maybe you feel like you're going to get money here and you don't get the money. You see a friend getting engaged and you're like, what? You live in that moment too. Like, what, when is it me? Certainly not jealousy, right?
So you start off with anxiety and then you get depressed. Or these two things, you can have one of the
think
two
they marry
conditions?
one another. I think they marry one another, but
Can you be anxious and not be depressed?
Yes, absolutely.
Or depressed but not anxious?
100%.
Okay. So the cause of suicide, for example, is it more to do with anxiety or the depression?
I think
most of the time from the stats or whatever.
I don't think there's statistics to support that, but I think, when you're going through something, it depends what it is that you're going through, because it's an independent feeling that I'm going through, right? I can sit here and say to you, let's say, lack of a better example, I don't know, you might look at me and think that everything with me is just fantastic, right? Like, Run G, you live the perfect life. I would want to live your life. I'm looking at my life like, there's so many places I can improve.
Yeah, definitely.
Right? Because I myself set my own personal goals and standards of where I want to be and where I want to get to and how long I have to get to that place. Right? So sometimes you won't share your issues with your friends because they look at me and I might look at them like, wow, your life is perfect. You might not have this, but geez, you've got this, right? So a lot of times people keep it inside. Right. Because if I complain that, guys, I don't have a kid. Let's use that for lack of a better example, right? Okay. Somebody will say, you might not have a kid, but you've got a job. You've got income. You know, you've got this. Your parents are still alive, right? It is so hard for people that are not in your situation to understand what you're going through.
Right.
To understand what you're going through. You know, I could say, you know what, oh gosh, I'm so upset with my dad. Somebody will say, but you've got a dad. You got a dad. Yeah, but you wouldn't understand. So it's a very difficult, and this is why a lot of people that go through okay, I'll tell you, for me personally, I keep it to myself. And if I don't keep it to myself, this is even gonna sound weird, but the one person I share it with is Nash. And not because Nash is a better person, but because, you know, he's a guy. Right? So the things that Nash may get upset with, or the things that may depress or upset or trouble Nash, are not the same things that will trouble my female friends. And I have more female friends than I do have male friends.
Right.
So all I know is that it's real, and there's so many different triggers. You know, and I think I said this to you guys earlier, that I do not read the comment section. It's a trigger. We are so mean to one another. You don't know what I'm going through. Sometimes waking up in the morning, just waking up.
Yeah.
And, you know, then somebody will say, yeah, but you live in a nice house. That has nothing to do with it.
And you see, these pressures have increased from way back in the day when there was no social media, because you have people bullying each other on social media.
Yeah.
The expectations are high, and then people are living all these fake lives, and then sometimes you end up thinking like you're not really doing well in life because somebody's posting stuff that doesn't even belong to them, and they're putting pressure on you, and you feel like you're a failure.
It's so interesting that you say that, right? Yeah. Nash got off of Instagram for a while, and I said, why? He says, you know what?
I'm still off Instagram.
Huh?
I'm still off Instagram.
Okay, he's off Instagram. And do you know what he said? He got off Instagram. Then I was like, Nash, why are you off Instagram? He says, you know what? Too many lies. People post things on Instagram that aren't even theirs. They make you feel like you're living such a small life. Yet the stuff is... So this is clearly a guy's thing. Because I have never felt...
No, but even with females. But see, the problem with Instagram right now is 98% of the people are lying. A lot of people are wearing fake clothes. And I mean, I have nothing against wearing fake clothes.
Of course.
But then don't give us the impression that you bought them in the shop.
Right.
And a lot of you who are followers and listeners and people are watching, don't put yourself under pressure. If you can't afford Gucci, that's fine. Wear Zara. If you can't afford Zara, wear H&M. If you can't afford H&M, go to...
anything, whatever you can, you know what, your pocket will determine where you can shop. But people are sacrificing their souls, their hearts, just to look like other people. The pressure is Nash crazy. Said what you said. And you know what, I guess in my head, I was like, you know what, maybe because I don't look at something and say, I want to be like her, right? I set my own, of which, you know, everybody has their own personal goals or whatever the situation is. If you look on Instagram, everybody on Instagram is skinny. They've got small waists. They've got perfect skin. That is not reality.
Everybody's so successful on Instagram for some weird reason. Until we go to their houses.
The pressure, the pressure is ridiculous. It's even like when you go to the club.
Yeah.
What happens at Dreams?
Yeah.
The little car.
The little what? Oh, you mean the booze thing?
Yeah, because when you go in there, you gotta order the car at least once.
The booze carrier.
If you're not ordering the car, then you know.
But that is a club gimmick, because you guys will help the club make money.
But you see what they're doing now? They're using that pressure to make money from it. You understand? Because you'll go in the club there, and then you see the car going up and down, and then you're like, these guys are challenging me, and then you end up using your rent money. Could you say go Nash or whatever?
Even before that, when we're throwing events with Remo, a lot of people would buy drinks on credit, and then just so that
in the quote unquote card thing.
Yeah, and then it'll be 4 months for us to get our money. Now the person can't even come to the club because they're owing us money. They order 10 bottles.
Yeah, of course.
I mean, this is what we do to ourselves, is
Yeah. So
but is it not okay, now my question to you then, after we've said this, is it then not are we not putting ourselves in jail?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Right? Like independently. Yeah, because you're allowed to post whatever you want to post.
No, but that's a society we're in now. You know, social media. This is, I mean, if you actually listen to Riky Rick's interviews, most of them, he's really talking about how he's depressed and how he suffered from depression, you know.
And for him, I don't even think it's about money, right? It's not even about money. He was all right. So I don't know what the story is.
So you realize that a lot of depressed people, and I think I'm going to get judged for saying this. It's people uptown seem to be more depressed than the people in the ghetto, right?
Yeah.
I don't know. I know I'm going to get crucified for this.
I'd like to comment on. I'd like to comment on that.
All right, yeah.
Okay, so I told you I have insomnia, right? Terrible insomnia. The Nash says to me, "Why is it every time I go online, you're online, right? Like literally, I'm always online because I don't sleep. He says to me, Rungan, if I turn the light off at 7 o'clock, 7:01, right? I'm lights out. You turn the lights off, but you're awake until 6 a.m.
Yeah.
Is it not because uptown we have recognized, we're able to identify the fact that this is depression, right? No. Can I take that a step further?
No.
Allow me to just take it a step further before you comment.
Yeah.
I understand that, you know what, I'm not well, right? No one is up all the time. I'm up a lot. If I can get 2 hours of sleep, things are good. That's without taking sleeping pills, right? It's like autism and everything else, right? Uptown, we understand it. Why? Because we take the time out to go and seek people that are medical. But downtown, are they going?
No, let me tell you what.
It's like ADD, guys.
The issue has to do with aspirations. You understand? You aspire for a certain life that you've been accustomed to growing up uptown. So you worry about, am I going to be able to maintain this lifestyle when my dad is gone or my parents are gone, or am I going to be able to do this, that? In the ghetto, our aspirations are not that crazy. We are just okay having a meal, a decent meal, and then being able to take kids to school. We're happy. Do you understand what I'm saying? So, no, real talk. I'm telling you, even Nash will tell you. We don't get depressed that much. But the things that depress us are very literal things. You understand? Marika tadza kuuya kubasa kana tikashota yekubhadhara rent nekubhadhara magrocery nechichi. Those are the things. For as long as we have those basics, very few people are going to be depressed.
Do you realize?
Because we've never aspired for those things.
Do you realize that some of the most successful people today came from downtown?
Yeah.
Right? Whatever.
I'm talking about the people who are still there. Not the ones who've come. Because once you go uptown,
but
this
is what I'm saying. Level, you would have gone through those motions to say, you know what, I want to move from here. I want to leave from Cheetown. I want to leave Mabuku.
Cheetown, over nogara ku Glenlon. Then zinzwa kia ku Glenlon. Kudzokera ku Zengeza manje. That thought is it can easily get you to go to level like depression because you've experienced this other life. For as long as you haven't experienced it, you're okay. The minute you experience it, system you can't. Ukapetsera kugara kuGlenlon kuti udzokere kumavhuku ma1. But kana uri kumavhuku uchiliva ka life kako kari bore mavhuku uri bore.
So you understand that the idea of being,
I did Nash. Yeah, that's
okay.
what.
So I don't know if men. Okay, well, I'm not a man. I'm a female, right? So I guess the levels,
never know, but it's cool.
The levels, are very different, right? But like I said, the things that bother me are not necessarily the things that bother everybody else. Or whatever the situation is. But we all have, and I really feel like there are people who are living in the ghetto that have depression that are not able to identify with the fact that it is depression. Why? Because you'll be judged, right?
And also, do you know the other thing that you do in the ghetto? There are lots of, these are places where people are congested. So most of the time you have someone to say your story to. Yeah. Most of the time. If you go to 2 acres or 3 acres, you don't even know the neighbor. You've grown up there for 20 years. You don't even know who your neighbor is. So if you have to talk to anybody, it's your parents. But your parents don't understand because generation gap.
No, so but your friends. Really but your friends.
No, but then you see, I think friends uptown judge.
Yeah, there's so much judging because when you go into your circle, you're put at a certain level because you're coming from a certain household. So when I was the boss, then there's you've got your own levels in your cliques which you don't talk about. So you as Run G can't come and say the shorted one it can't.
No, Run G definitely knows this.
It can't.
No, she I mean, I don't even know why.
No, but my point.
She knows that these circles are not loyal. They're not trustworthy.
My point of all of this is that I think, you know what, life is a beautiful thing because you go through peaks and valleys, right? Yeah. You then meet. I guess he's got a point to where, you know what, there are certain people that I wouldn't necessarily go to and say, you know what, geez, I genuinely don't have money, right? Yeah. There's certain people that I would not share that with, but there's certain people that will. Yes. And which is why I'm saying that a lot of times, and this has nothing, because I've got a great friendship circle. I've got a great support system. But even in your support system, you know, there's people that you can say, you know what, this is the person I club with. This is the person I tell my problems. This is the person that I go to church with. Because everybody, we departmentalize one another.
Yeah.
But I found that the easiest thing to do sometimes, in my friendship circle, I've got about 4 people, my female friendship circle. But the first person I always go to is Nash, who does not always understand, by the way, right? Because he'll be like, your problems, Run G, are not everybody's problem.
Yeah,
but we've gone through this. This has been an evolution of a friendship.
What I'm saying is, right, you see the problem with, because we come from different backgrounds.
Yes.
Right, you come from Borodo, I grew up in Chitungwiza, I went to a whack-ass school, I went to the worst high school ever. So what you value and what I value are totally two different things.
You're
right?
different people.
You are worried about, oh my God, am I going to make it to first class or business class? I just want to get into the plane. I don't care where you where I sit. Right?
That's really funny.
No, seriously, like on my last flight, I was sitting right at the back, right?
Next to the toilets.
Quite no period. And
Yeah, that's
I was
crazy.
happy to be on there, you know what I mean?
No.
But for you, you can't do that. You can't, you have to be, it's got to be business. I know, I'm going to space, leg room, chi, what. I said, in a desert temperature.
But Nash said to me the other day that, you know what, Ranji, it was interesting because he was like, you know what, Ranji, you've got to bring everybody together, right? In regards to, I've got to be in the middle to understand both sides.
Yeah.
But when I do come to you, there's many a times, right, that I'll be like, Nash, you'll be like, Asha, Ranji, this is not a thing. No, but it is a thing because it's a thing for me. Just because you don't understand it doesn't mean it's not a thing.
Yeah, but that's the...
I could wake up in the morning and my hair could be, I don't know, messed up, or I'm coming here and the camera is showing a roll here and it's showing, and it's a problem for me.
No, you see, we're not judging, right? We're just doing statistics.
No, but there is judgment.
No, we're saying statistics, right? The reason why there are more males who commit suicide than females, right? If you can Google that. So we have more males who commit suicide more than females, and then we have more people who are depressed uptown than in the ghettos.
Do you sleep well?
Every day?
Yeah.
Like a baby.
Do you sleep?
Yeah.
You can ask everyone in this.
Ukatongo
studio
dzimama lights
right
pana
now.
patakutora.
I will sleep driving home.
We're ready. Just say
I'm
the
telling
word.
you that, do you know that lately, and this is going to sound crazy, right? I no longer turn the lights off because it is pointless. I think it's been like that for about the last 4 months. I sleep with the lights on.
No, but
because
you know-
I'm not sleeping.
No, but you know what I say to you.
I
though?
need to see.
No, but also it's got to do with your environment, right? Why you can't sleep. Because then I asked you, when you were I think you were in the States, how were you sleeping in the States? You said, I slept like a baby.
Oh, you want to talk about the States again?
Right.
You want me to get me in trouble?
Run G,
You want to get me in
States.
trouble?
The States.
No, but I think it's got to do with your environment. Because
But what does that mean? When you say it has to do with environment?
No, because maybe at home it's not, you're so stressed there. It's I don't know how to put it.
But when you're on vacation,
You sleep like a baby, right?
but because Tinashe, it is vacation.
You see,
It is time away from
what I-
depression and anxiety and
I
whatever,
think
it's very complicated stuff.
I-
You understand? Because I wouldn't imagine that you would be depressed about anything. You understand? This is the problem. It's very complex.
It's extremely
Do you
complex.
understand what I'm saying? Because unoona munhu sorry happy kuti nditorara padheni pamubhedha uripo ndadya chikafu changu sadza nematemba nditori bore zvisingaiti. Those people sleep like crazy. They're not depressed because they're not expecting too much out of life.
Okay, so I guess you know what? It's looking, you would never, and this is exactly what I'm saying, I would never understand your perspective and you would never understand mine. And weirdly enough, I was having a conversation with my friends, a couple of friends of mine, and we are
First of
seeing
all, I
the
think
same
you
therapist.
have a lot of friends, though.
I do.
Yeah.
And we're seeing the same therapist, right? And I've seen a couple different therapists, and I'm very happy with the therapist I'm seeing now. Why? Because she can relate. I've seen a therapist who's in his 60s and he's a father figure, and he will give me advice accordingly based off of, he's a professional, yes, but outside of a professional, he's a human being, right? So he's going to give me his advice based off of his life, what he's been through, etc. But now I'm seeing a younger therapist, female therapist, my age, right? So she can, outside of her professional opinion, she can also relate to what it is that I'm talking about. So I honestly think that therapy is and not everybody believes in therapy, but it is very, very important. And a lot of medical aids now are covering mental health issues.
Yeah, but also you need to remember that our people don't even have medical aid.
First of all.
Yeah.
But
And
do you know that there are
even now you're not trying to waste your fees on therapy.
I mean,
no, but you see, if you use the word waste, that's where the issue is because
Do you know why I say waste?
Waste
Do you know
is
why I
not
say
a good
waste?
word to use.
Do you know why I say waste? Let's say your cover gives you $5,000 for the whole year, right? You're probably going to encounter a lot of sickness throughout the year. So the whole therapy thing to us people from the ghetto, it's not a thing. We can always talk to our friend next door.
As mental health
To us, it's not a thing.
People would not be the amount of death that is happening every day.
Yeah.
People just imagine. Okay, I been depressed like everybody else, right? Not one day in my life have I ever thought when I'm standing at the top of a building that I'm going to throw myself off, right? Yet I've been depressed. I thought to myself, you know what? Life is not worth living. But never have I been on the top of a building and thought to myself, I'm going to throw myself off. Following through with that is real. Is real. If it's going to lead to death, it is not a wasted expense. I have the craziest thoughts, as do many others. A lot of people will never admit to it because people want to act like, you know what?
Cool,
there are people who have been to war. This is why people who come back from the army or come back from war go through a process to where, you know what, they're rehabilitated into society. Because there's things that you see that will torment you. And even after you've been through that rehabilitation stage, right, it will still torment you for the rest of your life. So my point is that if we use the word wasted, it's a bad word to use. Maybe you can use misappropriate it.
No. I'll keep the word waste for purposes of us cats from the ghetto because we can't afford therapy. Do you get it? We cannot afford it. Because short of medical aid, I'm not going to put out $50 to go see a shrink. When that $50 could do so much.
You know,
for
there's
the
a lot
family.
of people uptown that cannot afford because uptown doesn't necessarily mean you've got the financial.
But do you understand what I'm saying?
The
household gets $100 in the month, and it's $100, and then that $100 has to take care of 6 children, a wife, and the dad, and pay rent and buy food and everything. You understand? So the $50 for therapy doesn't exist. It's not an option. Do you understand?
I like what
month.
you said is not an option.
It's not even there. It's not on the table. It can't. Because you've got $50 shrink.
Well, it's unfortunate. It's unfortunate because it's just necessary. Like I said, you know what? Like I said, I'm an insomniac, and I know so many people around me that are insomniacs, and that in itself is a clear because the body must rest. Yeah. I can go 48 hours without sleeping.
Yeah, but we don't really have a suicide problem that much in the ghetto, right? We don't really. I mean, you have incidents.
It's there, but
per capita.
Yeah, it's there.
But does it not manifest itself in abuse, alcohol abuse, drug abuse, right? Because those things will end up. It's not immediate jumping off a balcony, but it will lead in your own self-death because you die by how you live. Yeah. If you overdrink and you do drugs too much, you're going to die by it. So in itself, it is suicide.
But drinks can bottles to 1, 2. Yeah, 1, 2
No, but I mean, Ranji, we're not. You have very valid points, and if anything, we actually agree with you more. But we're just saying, other side, we can't afford some of these things. Because I mean, going to see a shrink, that's first of all, it's expensive, and then
we don't have the money.
Yeah, and I don't know that shrink.
Do you know the other day I was talking to Nash? She says, Ranji, I don't need therapy because I've got you. We don't need therapists, Yango. Do you understand? I've told you everything that's going on. You're my therapist. Yeah. And I think that's how a lot of us are just kind of...
Yeah, I mean...
But I think also, when you look at the ghetto, if you have a problem with these are normal problems. Yeah. So I'm not gonna be scared to tell you as my friend because you probably face the same problem. So you're not going to talk about me behind my back like how you guys do uptown.
Yeah.
That's what shot one rentika. That's what they were to taurana bo. I want to nasi down shindika photo kukafana chiku in that day. Hatuna pressure. Manje iwewe kuti uifunge ka wapinde pa mawani kwa kasha petrol iwewe run. You can't call any of your friends because you know square one news. I boot.
You know square one news. One news.
Okay, but
outside of this, we understand one another's dynamics, correct?
Yeah, 100%.
Because I understand what you're saying.
Yeah.
That the worries are very different, but despite the worries being different, it is still depression.
Yeah.
No.
So
Depression
there
is
is depression downtown.
yeah.
Yeah,
I mean, no. There's
No,
depression
everywhere.
But
We
we're just
agree.
saying
Okay.
statistics say
We agreed.
even with this Rick story, a very successful young guy left the he had a very nice, beautiful house. His life was good, beautiful wife, but then he had these demons that he was dealing with.
Yeah.
It had nothing to do with money. He had these demons.
But I feel sorry for the youngsters, for the kids.
But
I mean, like,
if you cannot, Denford, if I'm living in this body, in this space, right, and I will be so toxic. This is like how people say hurt people, right?
Mm-hmm.
If I'm so toxic and I'm living in a headspace that is not healthy, I am going to be so unhealthy for the people around me.
Yeah, but
I'm going to be toxic.
but can it ever be better to go?
Yeah,
Okay, but
do you
guys,
think?
everybody that's gone, we can't ask them.
No. But don't you think it's selfish?
It's very selfish, but it's selfish for the people you leave behind. Let's get that right. It's selfish for the people because I live with myself every single day of my life.
Yeah.
You cannot tell me that the decision I make for myself, for my better good, is selfish. I live with me.
No,
you're
you're
never.
saying that because you don't have offspring. But once you have kids, your life is devoted to the kids.
But clearly, Denny J, that is not the case because there's so many people that have had kids. Look at Michael Jackson himself, right? It was an overdose on drugs. Why do you have...
Michael Jackson.
But his credits, my bills.
Yeah.
He had to do so many concerts
But that's
to cover
exactly
bills
it.
and shit. That guy was depressed.
He
for
was
real.
depressed.
That guy was.
But this is exactly what I'm saying. But he had kids. So
No, but,
if you
but
don't
again,
live with him
did Michael
and you
Jackson
don't,
were those really his kids? Because those are white kids. No, but I mean they are white kids.
Yeah, well, that's a
I
story.
mean,
for
those are
another
white
they're
day.
a
kids.
mixed race.
That's a
No,
story
no,
for
no, those
another
are
day.
white kids,
Those
though.
are white kids.
Okay,
Those are
they're
white kids.
olive.
For another day. Yeah. Okay.
Anyway, yeah.
But anyway,
yeah.
but then Nash said something interesting when we were off air. He said that every person that commits suicide leaves a suicide note.
Right.
Now I didn't know that.
Yeah, you can't just commit suicide without leaving a note. For some, I think you have to. These are I'm sure your last words. Because I've lost someone through suicide. So that's when I realized that
And there was a note.
there's always a note.
Okay.
There's always a note.
So is it a note to explain what's going to happen, or is it a note to comfort the people who are staying behind?
I think it's to say why I'm doing what I'm doing.
so that you understand.
Yeah. Good, you know what I mean? Even the same thing with Riky. He left a note.
Note for everybody.
For his wife, his 2 kids, to explain,
And it's same thing happened to Miss America, 2019.
Right.
And she threw herself off the balcony. AKA's girlfriend threw herself off the balcony. Rick strangled himself, correct? And it's becoming so common. And what is it about this generation? What is it about this generation?
Social media, Instagram, pressures. These pressures never existed in the past.
I mean, suicide was there, though, from the word go. But now...
It wasn't like now.
Yeah,
it's
now
so rampant now.
I think it's got to do with the times that we're in now.
I remember saying to my dad one day, I don't know what it was. Obviously, it was something very silly. And I said to him, you know what, I feel like dying. And he was like, kill yourself. Is that what you want? Kill yourself. I've seen so many people die. Don't burden us. Do you understand? Because for him, the idea of even doing that, my father's 70 years old and he's been to war. The idea of even doing it is like, you ungrateful, son of a something. He does not, even the whole, it's a different generation, even the whole tears. If I now sit in front of my dad and I start to cry, he just cannot relate to it because he's like, what's the problem? You live a good life, you do this, you do this, you do this, you do this, you do this. So I guess the idea of mental health is something that we need to educate everybody on.
Yeah.
Whether it be 80-year-olds, 20-year-olds, 10-year-olds, even kids. You know that there's now, in some of these schools, there are therapists for 5-year-olds and 6-year-olds?
Yeah. That's a good thing.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So, like I told you, the doctor is in the house. We knew that depression, anxiety,
of
whatever
course.
was
Run G.
always going to take a lot of our time.
That shade.
Yeah. Who knows about the awards?
Zima
Number of
knows.
awards went down. What was the most notable stuff that happened there?
I think Kiki Badders.
I love her outfit.
Oh,
That was
and K Chaps.
Yeah. I
The,
mean,
the dance.
yeah,
the
Kiki is very. I mean,
I like Kiki.
she's cool. She's,
I like how she represents herself.
Yeah.
She's unforgiving.
Yeah, like she's not trying to be someone. She's trying to be herself. That's
So
what I
it,
like.
so it's okay to be yourself. Is what you guys are saying?
Oh man, no, not in your case. You need to tone it down a little bit.
yeah. I mean, you're a bit
Kiki,
extra.
Yeah, Kiki Badders.
I'm
I
a,
mean,
You're a bit extra.
Yeah.
anyway. I'm not going to comment on that at all. But okay.
but Kiki Badders. I mean, she's good.
But she's extra.
Lovely performance. Was that at Zima or Nama? Because there were 2 in a row. It was Nama.
Oh, Nama, yeah.
Nama is the one that happened
Yeah.
last, right? And then there was the performance. We saw the performance, the video of the performance there, Nash.
Yeah.
Of what's his name? Nyasha David.
Yeah.
Oh, that was dope, man.
Yeah, that was good. That was very good.
Even the choreography on there was crazy, man. Shout out to whoever put that together, man. That was nice.
That
Yeah, the whole Harley on stage and then the dancers at the back. It was like professionally done. I wonder who that was who did that.
Yeah.
Amazing. Good stuff. And Natty O won awards at Zima and Nama.
Right.
Getting recognition, which
Absolutely.
is fantastic.
He is so dope.
Yeah. But you know what's fucked up about Natty O? When you go to YouTube, so YouTube is not a very good indicator of how well you're doing, because he released his last single and the views are very low, but it's like a bad tune, bruh. And people are rocking to it. Even the most popular track, it doesn't attract views like the main guys out here. So people don't really...
But I wonder why,
on
because
YouTube, I don't even
that
know.
should be
It's-
a direct indication
Yeah.
of how well he's doing, technically.
Because his last, I think he released Peter Pan or something. Amazing song, amazing visuals. Everything's on point, but the views are low. So I don't know. I don't know if we must just stop looking at views, right? Like, because views are just, I don't know, man. They're distracting, because that song is fire. Even on radio or wherever, it's rocking. Even when he does live performances, these are bad tunes.
Right.
But for some reason, just Natty O's views on YouTube are low.
Right.
Why is that, Bliss?
I don't know, but I don't think it's good to rate my good songs and my views over YouTube.
And did it?
If you take a look back, funny, like my hit songs, I get my hit songs.
Yeah.
Like if you take a look at Wingy D,
Right.
his songs like that's one and a good.
Yeah.
If you go on YouTube, which follow my views, you can find like 100,000 views.
Mm-hmm.
But those are the songs that get my hit songs.
Oh, yeah. But did the videos come out at the same time? Or they came out later on after the song had faded?
No. I don't think those songs are in my videos.
Yeah. So, yeah, YouTube is can be confusing at times.
It's elusive.
Yeah.
You know what we need to talk about while we're on YouTube, right?
Yeah.
Is all of these new podcasts and these news shows coming up.
Right, yeah.
How do you feel about that?
No, that's dope, man. You know,
Absolutely.
you want different perspectives. You want different shows. There's so many topics to cover, and the more shows we have, the more choice the viewers have. So that's a good thing.
I agree. I think that, the pie is so big, right?
Yeah.
And everybody's doing different things.
Yeah.
It would be unfair to compare,
Right.
because we have our own thing going on. Everybody has their own idea of what they want to do based off of, the premise of the show or whatever the situation is.
Yeah.
So I think comparing us with other podcasts would be unfair.
Yeah.
But I think it's literally looking at one podcast and saying, you know what, this is how I rate this podcast, moving from there. And
Plus, you're always gonna get different stuff from all of them.
competition is good.
You're just gonna.
I mean, I wouldn't say competition, but
No, but
Yeah.
in any, listen, I don't care what field it is you are. There's a million airlines. There's Pepsi, there's Coca-Cola, there's this, right? It forces you to do better. It forces you to level up. It could be anything. It could be camera quality. It could be quality of the actual content that you're discussing on the show.
Right.
So I think it pushes us to be better. So I'm it's very welcome. And I can't wait to see what all of these people have to offer.
Yeah. From now on, I'm sure we're going to be seeing a lot of shows.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
And that's great. And then the will. spoke to Zozo last week about what she thought about the will. Remember
Right.
Genevi's will?
Yeah.
On the same day that the podcast came out, I think the High Court threw out that whole thing, the will.
Oh, the one that apparently G signed?
Yeah.
Okay.
No, G didn't sign. It was an
He didn't
unsigned
sign.
will.
Okay.
Yeah, so that matter
No, but there were
was
two,
put
remember?
to rest.
So there was one that he didn't sign.
No, nothing was ever signed.
Okay. All right.
Yeah. So, yeah, that matter was put to rest, so the will was thrown out, so... Yeah,
But
that's that.
then you start again,
Yeah, now they just have to do like how you'd normally do when there's no will.
which is?
The family just inherits stuff, they split amongst themselves or whatever,
Ish.
which is as it should be if there's no will, right?
Do you have a will?
If somebody dies,
Do you have a will?
I might.
I like that.
You want me to get killed? You want me to get killed?
No. You know.
You want my sons
Okay,
to kill me?
can I have a quick? Can I ask a question? Genuinely, do people in the ghetto have wills,
Yeah, we do.
or is it word of mouth? Like I've now told Denford that you know what, when I die, I want this cup to go to Zoe.
I think it's been like that though, you know.
Yeah, there's never been a need for will. If you have 4 kids and you have whatever you're left with,
yeah, Rungano, this one is, you know, this is going to who, this is going to who.
you know, I think the problem only comes when you have too many things.
Yeah, that's where, yeah.
And then you have so many vouchers coming, relatives from the bush suddenly appearing, everyone wants a piece of something. But it just falls. It's natural. But if you've got 4 kids, they'll divide whatever is there amongst the 4 of them.
You guys, you'll leave such a problem for people. It's so much better to just leave it documented, put everything in an estate.
Yeah, it is.
Leave it documented, leave it so that you know it's very clear cut, because in your departure, you leave a lot of wahala. And it has nothing to do with if you've got a lot of stuff. It has a lot to do if you've got kids here, kids here, kids here, kids here, kids here.
Yeah.
Whether you've got a lot of stuff or not, if you've got kids from the same place, it's still a problem. Now imagine adding kids from different dynamics. So yeah, wills are just important. But anyway, thank you for that. Thank you for that update.
We need to get the culture going where people just write wills.
Yeah, of course.
You know, your one little thing that you have, you just write it down.
Yeah, of course.
So there are no problems once you're gone. Yeah. Ukraine.
Very,
Jeez,
very
that
big,
one-
yeah.
It's a very uncomfortable. It's an uncomfortable topic to discuss.
No, I think what we're not going to be discussing is the war in Ukraine.
Absolutely.
That, I mean, we're going to talk about the racism
Yeah.
in Ukraine.
Yeah.
It's sad that in the midst of a war, some individuals will still be racist to black people.
I think racism actually rears its ugly head when there's a struggle of some sort. You understand even what happened in China where, during the whole COVID situation, where our people were being persecuted. It's always highlighted so much more when there's a problem of some sort.
It's prevalent. It's just laying dormant.
Yes.
Right?
It's
So it needs
been there,
something
it's
to just
there.
trigger it.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
you know, COVID or
Yeah.
this whole war thing that's going on. It just needs a trigger. And it's now.
Yeah.
But you see how us as black people, if something happens, we are always, no, let's pray for Ukraine, let's pray for Syria, let's pray for, but then these are the same people again that now do us beans.
Yeah.
I read an article, and I'm sure it's obviously the same thing that we're discussing, where they were saying that people were literally being refused to get on the buses.
Yeah.
To evacuate.
Even to
get
cross
the hell
into
out.
Poland.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because-
But yeah.
Yeah.
that's
Because
it.
the first preference is kids, then women, men, then black people.
Black people are last when
Yeah,
everybody's
we are
gone.
lost. And this is the same thing again in the States, you know that, right? Dogs first, dogs, cats, kids, women, white men, then black people.
Which supports exactly what I said.
Why are we allowing this to happen? You know, like, you know
I
what
don't
happens?
think it's a situation of allowing.
You know what happens when these same people come here? You treat them like
Yeah.
kings.
But I always say this.
You understand?
Okay,
They
I think if
treated
we
here like kings, but when we go to their countries, we treat them like
think-
kings.
are we allowing it? Because what would you rather happen? How would you rather it be combated?
I have no idea. I don't even have answers to that one. But it's so messed up, you know?
It's sad.
Yeah, because we can't. It's 2022, and you know we're being told you can't get onto the train. And I'm sure you saw the different clips of people in like shelters. There's no electricity.
Yeah.
So
Living conditions are really...
It's really bad.
Yeah.
You
So,
know,
so will we ever get to a point where equality is actually there?
Unfortunately, I don't believe so. I think we're doing a very good job to try and get there, but I think that it's like 5 steps forward, 3 steps back, another 10, another 9 back. It's sad to see, and it's sad to hear, you know, because it could be me.
Yeah.
I'm just not there.
yeah. It's I mean, it makes you wonder: should we be supporting Putin in this one? Because Putin asalambo tibate sus, but Ukraine akuti bata rough like this. But achieva namatira this whole time.
I don't know, man. Nobody wants war. Nobody wants anyone to die from war. And it's unfortunate what's happening out there. But at the same time, the way our people are being treated is we can't ignore that, you know? You know, those same Ukrainians that we're feeling sorry for are the ones who are leaving our people behind.
Yeah, that's fucked up.
I have a question for you guys. Does the Zimbabwean embassy then have an obligation? Because naturally you do, right?
Yeah,
because the ambassador is there to make sure that we are ferried away safely.
Yeah,
correct?
but then they
It's a war zone. So it's
No,
it's
I
very
understand
difficult
that.
to,
no, but they just said everyone just make your way to Poland. We
Gotcha.
can't do anything in Ukraine.
No, yeah.
Then from there we can help you. So like
Okay.
with every other embassy, they said, Ukraine.
And then you get there and you're told
then
can't get on.
there's
Yeah,
one.
yeah.
Yep.
It's tricky.
So, but yeah, so we hope that situation is sorted soon. You know, I think diplomacy would have been the best way out of it.
Absolutely.
But I mean, if you look at the history behind that whole thing, I think what's happening there was imminent. Most political analysts are saying this was bound to happen.
Oh yeah, absolutely, naturally.
With regards to what NATO has been doing. in
No,
terms of
Ranji, I don't
expanding.
think you can just say absolutely like that.
No,
Like,
but he's got. I agree.
I mean, I explain what was happening, what led to that.
Yeah. So with the whole NATO situation, you know, when the USSR broke up, I don't even know those little countries. There's so many of them now, right? So all those little countries, NATO, I think there was like a verbal agreement of some sort with the Russians that NATO was not going to try and expand more towards Russia. But then over the past years, since 1992, whatever, almost 30 or so, whatever, I don't know how many countries in that bloc have since joined NATO. So with Ukraine, because Ukraine actually applied to join NATO as well, but I think the application wasn't successful or whatever, or they were still considering it. So now the issue for Russia is, I don't think it would be fair to expect Russia to just keep quiet as you expand NATO, because NATO is like the enemy to the Russians. You understand? So you can't have your enemy by your doorstep. You understand? So this is why Ukraine is very important for Russia. They're saying, look, you can't keep driving towards us like this. It's like an issue where if the Russians went to Mexico and set up a base there, there'd be a problem. The Americans would invade Mexico.
Yeah.
Do you understand? So when you look at it from that perspective, you kind of get where this madman is coming from. The madness is actually calculated. It's an issue of trying to make sure that he keeps his people safe, because NATO to him are the enemy.
Right.
So, but NATO just kept on coming. So I think it was always going to happen this way. And I think the people who could have made sure it doesn't happen this way was the Americans.
But is it justified?
I don't know about justified. It's a strong word, but I get where the Russians are coming from, even though it's messed up because it's war and you're killing innocent people. Do you get it, Nash?
Yeah.
You understand? Nobody supports Russia because you're killing innocent people. You understand? But the Americans and the Western allies would have just left. There's no need for Ukraine to be part of NATO. Do you understand? There's no need for even that talk, especially knowing that you have a madman in Russia. You're not gonna go, wow, whatever, if a madman does mad things. You understand?
Yeah.
It's one of those things. But it's so
It's
bad.
unfortunate. Like I said, there's so many people that are dying every single day. I mean, life is real.
And
So,
I think diplomacy could have. I don't know. You know, it's so sad.
But there are people that are in talks every single day. There's people that are put in this position to go through the talks.
Mm-hmm.
I think where we've gone to is just extreme, period. Point blank, period. There's no justification. There's no understanding it.
Yeah.
There are people that are put in these positions to have foresight on situations like this, etc. It's gone too far.
Yeah.
That's it.
So who's responsible? Is there anybody responsible? Is everybody responsible?
Everybody plays a part.
Yeah.
Nobody, at the end of the day, everybody plays a part.
But I also think that Putin was also trying to flex his muscle,
Yeah.
He just wanted to show what he could do.
Yeah. They pushed him into that corner, I guess.
So he had to. I mean, he had to.
Yeah. I mean, if you listen to both sides, if you listen to all these political analysts, they saw it coming.
Points. Yeah,
They saw it coming, and it could have been avoided. I think that's the most important thing. It could have been avoided, and now innocent people are bearing the brunt of the war. So that's messed up. What else, Nash, Run?
Yeah, we got to talk about something exciting. This has been a bit depressing now. From depression to Ukraine.
It's just been
I've got something that's a little bit different. Back to the United States.
Oh, shit.
There we go.
Folks.
There we go again.
Yeah.
There we go again.
Kanye got a new girlfriend. And her name is, I said this to Zoe earlier.
Exactly like
she
Kim K.
looks
Like the other one.
just like him. Her name is Shanae Jones. And she is a very good...
Okay, we're getting somewhere now.
like a splitting image, but not a splitting image. But she looks a lot like him.
But
Now we're getting somewhere. Julia Fox was...
No. I've got let me show you the picture.
problem because Kanye speak like
But Julia Fox...
There you go.
Julia Fox I can speak like Nash.
No, but I'm going to speak.
Oh no, I'm just saying now Kai is back.
Okay.
There is
Is it all there?
Yeah. It's all there.
Oh, you wanna?
It's all there. Yeah,
No. Okay, yes, okay, here it is.
Oh, okay.
Oh, he speak like.
Yeah, no problem. Go on. Now
So
we're talking.
okay, so I have a question.
Julia Fox has I didn't get it.
Do you think it's okay? You know, Kanye. Nobody understands how Kanye thinks, but is this a jab at Kim, or is this him just now pursuing his ideal Adam?
I don't think it's a job because Kim is not even looking at this stuff. She's moved on, I think, hasn't she?
But I think it's
But guys, there's always vindictiveness, Mugati. You know how men are. They'll be like, "Ha! You thought you were bad, baby girl." I got you.
But is she that dope?
No, I mean she's
is she
dope.
as dope as Kim? Or she's
she's dope.
I think this one
is better.
Look,
is
no,
better
she's
because
dope.
she's
I mean,
probably
she's
more
better than
natural
Julia
than
Fox.
Kim.
Oh, but she's pretty, for real.
No, but Julia, but in terms of Kanye's spec.
But do you know what it is? Is this true love or is just?
But this is that's exactly what I just said. Is it vindictiveness? Because I think if you ask me, Kanye loves Kim.
No, he definitely does. But I think Kanye is just being Kanye.
Yeah, that's
So we are just 2 months ago.
Maybe 1 week.
No, I want 1 week. I easily she.
1 week.
Yeah,
Trust
true.
me.
Yeah.
There's another time.
What is?
I know, but Kanye ain't looking for nobody. People are looking for. And you know what I thought yesterday? This item, Shanae or Shani or whatever her name is, Chani.
Yeah.
When you now are hanging out with, where is your fate? Where do you think you're headed? Like he dropped that lady, Julia, after like 2 months.
But Papa, I don't know what had happened though, bro. Because that.
No, but now she's come back in, knowing everything we know. Yes, Kanye, why?
No, but I mean,
because Kanye are good at so.
but that's always the case even.
Or maybe it's.
Yeah, it's always even I mean, whoever rugurira aningane ma humans again.
Kanye ana problem with one.
I guess I actually think the same thing because people actually said this before Julia broke up with Kanye that she's doing it for fame.
Yeah.
I did not know who a Julia Fox was before Kanye.
I don't pin them DM. I don't pin Kanye DM.
Wow.
But this is always happening though.
Yeah. All right, fair enough.
Whoever rugurira aningane ma humans are kumtandanisa. Kungiwa I'm sure you runners I'm sure no one are kutandanisa because rugurira.
And one.
That is
DM
that is really interesting.
I
I really like what you guys are saying right now. Wow. You know, somebody said to me, Ranji, how do you stand to look at Dedza for a whole hour? And I was like,
what you mean?
He's alive. You know, and then when I look at Dedza, I look at you like a human. You're a human.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And you could be this boy's the donuts mannequin. I mean, no disrespect, but
okay. I'm not there.
No, what I'm saying is
American kapinda.
You know what I'm saying, right?
Okay.
All right. No, but it was very interesting because there's people who just can't. I mean, they're like that. Wow.
They want to be where you are.
You know what? They do. Now you guys can come on, please. Please.
No.
But also, you know what? We should talking about our viewers. I think it would be nice if people in the comment section say who they would like to see on the show.
Yeah.
I think we've got our own direction on what we're doing, but it would be nice to engage with our viewers and hear who they want to see on the show, what they would like to hear us talk about, just opinions.
Who would you want on the show?
I would love to have
Killer T.
Okay, I really like Killer T. I saw him at Imogumeni and I loved him. But I would like to see social sex workers. So I'd like to see maybe a male and female social sex worker. I'd like to see a money changer. I'd like to understand the day in the life of a person that is a money changer. I'd like to understand the day-to-day runnings. Those are things I don't understand. Where do you get your money from? How are you getting it? Social sex workers, why are you doing it? Are you well? How do you protect yourself? If you're not well, or do you get ever attacked? Do you get raped? I'd like to understand the life of a person who does, because I have never thought a day in my life of doing that for money. Although technically everybody does it for money, technically in the background, but as a profession. So I would like to see social sex worker and money changer.
And Denford, Denny?
I would like to see all the people we've been inviting.
At least give us two names. Give us two names.
No, because if I gave you names, they're like real names. They're gonna come to the show.
Yeah,
they won't be a surprise anymore, right?
No, but if you asked,
I would wish if we could bring in politicians on the show, but then that would not be good for us because politics is divisive. You understand what I'm saying? If we bring a ZANU-PF person, then we're ZANU-PF. If we bring a Triple C person, then we're Triple C. You understand?
No, but
there's no what's the word? Politics out here is dirty. It's not nice. That's why we avoid politicians on the show. But it would be nice, It'd be nice if we got the president on the show.
It would be nice. He would be real nice.
Yeah, but I think we can make that happen, right? We want the president on the show.
Oh, I would love the president.
Ranji, what we can't have you is cutting the president.
No, I love the president.
What we can't have
Can you please come on the show? I love you so much. I would love him.
What we can't have you is cutting the president.
So are you saying this is what I do? Because it seems like you're attacking me right now.
I don't know. I'm just saying that we would.
You'll be cutting off the president.
You also can't read the little buzzer on top of the president either, saying that y'all all want to come down on me. Don't do that. Don't do that. Mental health.
Of the president.
Right.
Okay.
But we would love to see I would love the president here. And can I get a scarf?
Maybe somebody in our comment section or in the views might be able to make it happen. It'll be nice.
Yeah, because we have questions.
But would we go to State House or he would have to come here?
No,
State House.
No.
The president has to come.
Guys,
the president has to come here.
He is the president.
No, but do you know why? This president is cool.
He's a listening president.
He might even come here.
They tell me he's a listening president. Right?
You know what we could do? We could do put two pots. We go there because I want to see what it looks like. I'm doing it for my own. I want to see what it looks like. I want to see him, and you can come into our space as well.
All right, yeah. So that's who I would like to see on the show.
Mm-hmm.
Are you gonna make it happen?
I hope so.
I got a contact. I know somebody that knows somebody.
That knows somebody that knows somebody.
And I got him.
But do you know the people that I would want to come to the show are people who have like a vibe? Like we had Tish Mataz the last time.
Yeah,
that was a good vibe. Man. And I think we can get that with people like, if we could get maybe Philip,
Yeah.
That would be great.
We reached out to Philip, and then I think he's in charge of fundraising committee for the party or something. So he just said he was going to talk to us. But Philip would be...
Yeah, so Philip Chong would be good.
Oh, I love him.
That'd be
Temba
great.
like his
Moliswa
vibe.
would be great as well.
What about Fortune Chassis?
Yeah.
That would be great.
That'd
But
be great.
do you know who would be super cool? James Makamba.
Oh, yeah.
Because, you know what I mean?
That's a veteran broadcaster. I'm sure, like, when the cameras just go on, he just ignites.
So James would be
Tish, you know.
good. And you know who would also be great? Shingim Tasa. Because we actually want to know his story.
He doesn't give much interviews.
Yeah, we want to know his story. Like,
He's
why
got
is
so much knowledge. He needs to pass it down. We need to speak to Karen.
why is he so cool? He's chilled. You know what I mean? He's
He must be the coolest CEO out there, man.
Yeah,
I've never seen his interview.
yeah.
The guy doesn't talk to anybody. But maybe he'll talk to us, right?
No, you definitely. I mean, shit. This is.
I know somebody who knows somebody who knows somebody
Okay.
who knows somebody.
Okay.
We
And
get him
a
on.
lot of people also would like to see Passion. They said
Oh yeah,
Passion
yeah.
Java.
Passion. No, but I think
lot
the
of people-
passion is coming soon. Yeah, I've got a feeling it's coming.
Yeah.
You could actually be our next guest.
Yeah. So look out for that. We don't know who the next guest is.
Right.
It might just be somebody you like, but just
And
say
also,
something
I mean,
in the comment section.
They should just tell us who they want us to.
Yeah. Tell us who you want, and if you have their number, just send it together with us, but not on the comment section, right? You go Instagram, DM at the Denny J Show.
And Ran, you said you've got a new fan who's always commenting about you now.
I have there is a very bad man. There is a very bad man that is in the comment section, and I actually, I'm not even going to say his name, because if I say his name, then it means, I'm actually hyping him up. But there is a very bad man, and he goes on every single episode, and on every single episode, he writes 7 or 8 comments, right? It's like, what? Problem, and it's not so honest. First it was, hell, he got everything to say. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Did he say something about America?
He says everything. I got a fake accent, which is absolutely not true. It's my accent. Just because it's not your accent doesn't mean it's a fake accent. It's my accent, right? I have a history and a story behind my accent. There's a ton of people on radio who have a history and a story behind their accent. Get off it, right? He said that. He was like, "Yeah, Dedza, wabuzosa futi Run G." Nigga. So, when I was reading through the comments, you just read the comments, right? Then you go through, now you're analyzing. I'm like, it's the same. What? Huh? How? Huh? And just shut up. Baby boy.
So he doesn't say it in one long...
No, I don't do that. I don't do 4 days ago. 12 hours ago. 7 days ago. And then you know me because I'm petty.
Right.
I've been and told you. I had to go on his page. Why? You know what, Shem? It's not good what's going on in that man's life. And this is why he has so much time. You know what? Do you know what would be nice? Is the fact that we're actually trying. This is something new. It's new to everybody. How about you give us constructive criticism? That would be good, right?
Yeah.
Because the hate, we disregard that.
There was someone also said something on the comment section that I need to go. So I don't know what the show then be called, right? It won't be the Denny J Show anymore.
That's what you said. Why did you have to go?
He needs to go.
Yeah.
Oh, JD has to go.
Right.
My vibe is not matching with Run, so Run must get somebody else to do the show with him.
But also, you know what? I love opinion. Opinion is a beautiful thing, right? But if you want an opinion, get your own show. Do you understand? We will appreciate, and comments are great because it actually has built me or changed me from show number 1, because I'm not a journalist.
So you saying you've changed?
Neither are you. I definitely, right? But this guy, anyway, I'll post him on my Instagram. Follow me at @theboss_run. And I'll post him again. And he came in my DM today
Say
damn!
what? Say what? What's he saying in the DM?
I'm not even going to say it because it affected my
is
mental
he
health.
hollering?
Is he
He
apologizing?
is
What's he doing?
affecting my mental health.
So he's blasting you again.
Yeah,
in, your
in my DM.
Hey, shit.
And then you
Are you committed?
Hey,
right? Munhu wacho ari committed. I was
but-
like, you know what?
but-
Then Nash says to me, as you saw me in a restaurant, of course it has to be food related. You understand? With Nash, it has to be food. As you saw me in a restaurant, Ranji, was umtuka here because
No, do you
beggar
know,
yako, whatever.
no, do you know what I said to her? If you don't already, don't put me on blast.
That's exactly what you said.
We had an incident before, remember?
It wasn't an incident. The burger wasn't cooked.
Tell us about the
someone
incident.
told us the story that guy the waiter was complaining to someone. Was
The
it one of
waiter
the
wrote
crew?
it in the comments. I went to a restaurant once, right? I don't eat underdone, medium rare, a burger that's well cooked. Do you understand?
Right.
I told, and every time I order, people think you're being difficult. No, I want the burger cooked.
Right.
I don't want it half dead.
It's your burger.
I don't want it bloody.
It's your burger.
I'm paying for it. It's not free. Right? Hi, please take your time. Take your time, cook it well. Bring everybody else's food. Bring mine last. Just make sure it's well done. He brought it bloody.
What did you do?
Mawanatanga.
What did you do?
After Ndabo.
Sir. So who knew it was his first day?
Right.
Then he writes in the comment section, it was my first day. Hey, what? It's not even your restaurant. Get over it. Tell the chef.
So, welcome to
Yes, you are the representative of the business. If you come to Timeless and you get a bad massage,
But I'm good to get.
unoshout the therapist. I'm not there.
Don't go my tip. I think that's all I withhold.
Well, I'm just saying I want my food. I'm hungry. I didn't come here because I want to stare at you guys, stare at the stars.
So that could be him.
The comment section is coming for you.
That's cool too. You know, and Mac G said he don't read the comments. So I'm not reading the comments anymore. Don't make me read the comments, Tinashe. Denford.
I mean, comments are very
How are we going to improve the show? We need to.
No, we definitely have to read the
I
comments.
mean, there's always.
But we're trying.
There's always a few crackheads
Yeah,
who
we're
come
trying.
in there and they're
It's-
talking
Yeah.
some crazy
Two
shit
crackheads.
up in there.
That guy, with my 7 comments, crackhead.
My crackhead ain't got it, I mean, you're not going to have like 100 comments and not
Yeah.
have at least 1 or 2 crackheads up in there.
But just generally, the comments are very good. Very good.
They've-
We have people hyping Run G up. We
Yeah.
love Run G.
yeah.
Run G this. So it's good.
Kokodaguti removed Denford from the show.
I mean, you know. what I
You
mean?
know that's crazy.
I mean, I asked the producer. I said, like, I got this brilliant idea. This guy wants to. The producer just said LOL.
Yeah.
So
I mean,
that's the response. LOL.
That's the comment section. And
But anyway, thanks for the comments, guys. You know, good and bad and whatever the situation is. Thanks for watching. The support is astronomical. Every time I go out, there's somebody that's saying something so nice. So there are definitely people out here who are enjoying what we're doing, and we appreciate you. And the idea is to grow. So without you, this show is absolutely nothing. So yeah, much appreciated. Thank you very, 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 very much.
Yeah. Thank you, guys. We really appreciate the love. We're feeling it.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Is that it? Producer, are we done? Is it a wrap?
That's it from me.
I think it's a wrap for now.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you, guys, for
Thank you so
tuning
much,
in.
folks.
Don't forget to like, subscribe, and ring the bell so that you get notifications every time we upload something. From me and the boss, we out.
Later.
uptoraitidzwe nyaya dzacho dzese narrative ndaichidwe kana mchida kutipisa deep ndaipidwe make you spill a bean if you know what I mean hande